Hello, viewers. Welcome to the cooking show. My name is Mr. Potato Head. So my camera doesn't go down that low, so I'm doing the show again. Haven't done a show for a while. This is the cooking one. So I had a vape, so I'm off my head. It'll wear off soon. I'm just lightheaded, but I'm cutting up onions, so we're gonna make a spaghetti meatballs. There's the pot behind me. And it smells a bit, so I'll leave it off for a minute. I'll turn it off just for now. If that was a gas cooker, I'd leave it there, then light the gas as soon as I go to cook. But because it was electric, I put it on. I had it on high. You gotta watch it because it will burn your pot. As soon as the shit goes in, it can flare up if there's oil, and it goes everywhere. It's happened to me. So, when you cut up onions, you just roll the knife, because then it cuts through the onion, doesn't sit on the skin. Same with tomatoes. You use the tip, slice down on the tomato like this, and you'll cut through it with the tip, and then roll the knife, That way you keep your fingers out. If you do that, you chop your finger off, you put the tip, and then roll the knife, it's better. When you're really good, you can go chop, 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 chop real fast, but you got to be careful to start with. You just tip down, it cuts through, and then roll the knife. If you go straight down on tomato, onion, and the skin, it'll stop and you'll slip. Go down, roll the knife like that. And it's the best. And keep your fingers behind, like that, curled around, and just support the knife a little bit with your knuckle. But keep your fingers away from underneath. You don't want to cut your fingers. You don't have to have a sharp knife. This hasn't even been sharpened. It's half, I would say half blunt, half sharp. And even the side, just once you cut through them all, just roll the knife. And just, not big, just a little bit. Just slice through nice. And you don't have to do it fast. You'll get there quicker if you take your time because you won't cut yourself. You can do it halfway long if you're the board's a bit short. We'll roll it like that. You're slicing, like crunching through icy snow with your boots. You put the tip down, you're crunching. So you just crunch through the icy snow. And there we go. That's the onion done. So what I'm going to do is put that in the pot and just get it started. It's probably still on. I just turned it off, but it'll still be hot. So just put it on about 2/3. You don't want it fully hot. And then once the onion's in, with electric, even with fish, it might not be the best, but often put the food in first, then add the oil, because then it won't flare up if the oil's hot. I had it, and it caught fire. I had to put it out. If something catches fire, say this pot on your stove because of a flare up, it's going whoosh, whoosh fire, pull it away to a spare spot, get the pot out first. Blow it out or let it go out. Don't put it under the water. It'll splash out everywhere, the fire. Because water's oxygen, it'll ignite it. Let it go out in the air like that. Put it out. Put your pot somewhere safe. Then fan the flame off. Don't stick water and everything in it. Electrical, oil, electric stove doesn't mix with water. If you have an extinguisher made for the job, use that. But be careful with the oil. Extinguisher can flame out the oil as well and you spread the flame. This oil is nice, rice bran, very flammable. Just be careful and make sure you put out this quick. If that caught and the wire underneath caught, the bit of plastic on the outside caught fire, but I put it out quick. It hasn't damaged it. But check for anything melted. Get an electrician to check it. Mine's alright, but I'm not using it for now. I'll get it checked. Add a little bit of oil once it's hot. Don't need much oil. You only need like a tablespoon. That's all. It's just basically oil when you're cooking. It's not even to stop it sticking, because it will stick. You still get sticky bits. Oil, right, will keep the food cooked without going all mushy. It keeps it firm, you know. So we'll cook and fry the outside and keep your food in one bit, so you get nice bits of onion. If you don't want that, just add some water and it will flush it all out and be all mushy. If that's what you like, onion flavour, mush. You can add water, you don't have to use oil. If you prefer not to have oil in your body like that, oil's alright in small amounts, but too much, you get caught in your joints, you get arthritis, you get aches and pains, you get tingly nerves. Too much oil is not too good. People that have it cold, it might be a bit better, but then it'll get in your fat cells. So often just cook with a bit of water is alright, you know. This is just years and years of eating too much meat and stuff and not really exercising. But also, my feet are healing up, so if I exercise, I hurt my feet, I end up with a fat belly anyway, unless I starve myself and I feel miserable. So it's better to be happy and just enjoy your body while it's healing up from your injuries. I have split feet, so it's going to take a lot of effort for me to stretch out my feet, stretch out my legs, allow that nutrient to go to my feet, to rebond the bits of flesh till it gets to the outer skin, and then it will heal up and then it'll be fine. And this will go away, then I'll be able to walk better. If you've got sore feet, it can be the worst thing in the world for putting on weight. So if you've got sore feet, that's generally the reason you've got the belly, you know. Because then you won't feel like walking, you feel tired in the head because you're always sore. You're always putting pressure on your heels, so you can always, when you're cooking, just sit on a chair, you know. Sorry you can't see my face, I want you to see the board. We probably don't need it now, so I might tip it up a bit because I've cut up the onion. I'll cut up some, there we go. Now you can see my beautiful face. Hi viewers. My beautiful tits, look at those. So, that's the oil frying, or the onion frying. What I'll do actually, I'll cut up the carrot. I like a bit of carrot in my sauce. It sweetens it a bit. Trigger, you always lie in front of my bloody fridge, mate. Trigger's my dog, he lies in front of the fridge. Every time I go to the fridge, he lies in front of it. So I have to push his ass around. Come on, get up, mate. Sorry. You're in front of the fridge. Just sit there. Sit here. Oh. He doesn't get it. Oh, I had half an onion there. I might put that in as well. There's no point leaving it there, we'll go yuck. What else do we have? That's about it. Because I'm doing meatballs, I got a jar of passata. That way you get a smoother, richer sauce. It's on low. It's good while you're cutting up to keep it on low. If you want to get your sauce boiling, turn up a bit. I wouldn't put on full though. Just put on about 70-80%, you know. Because you don't want it to catch on the bottom boil too quick, because you boil out all the goodness. You want to warm it till it starts to simmer. And it's even better with a bolognese or meatballs to cook things slowly. You get a nice body to your sauce. If you cook it too quick, the cells in that will heat too quickly, and you'll get division in the chemicals, and it will split a bit, and it'll go yuck. This onion's been there a while. It's probably alright the outer bit, but I'll cut it off. It's a dry bit. It's probably fine. Look, it's just dried onion in the fridge, but just the outside of it. It's like any vegetables. It's often good just to cut off the dry bit, because there might be little things that have started to breed in there in the outer bits, because I'm not talking anything bad, just normal stuff in the fridge. But instead of it just sitting there like normally, bits of stuff, it's starting to breed, and that's not the best. It's found this decaying bit of matter and it's thought, well, I'm just going to sit in there and breed, you know. But that's pretty fresh, and it's still good. It's nice and clean. You can always wash it, even onions, give it a little wash. If you're going to cut them up, and you don't want tears, get your onions, peel them off, cut them in half, then wash them, and the water will just drain away that bit of excess on an onion. Oh, where'd that go? I keep losing bits. They're flying around. Oh, I didn't see where that went. There it is. So, it's also good as you go, wash your hands, you know, you're touching things, all that sort of stuff. So, let's cut this up. Oh! I like quiet when you're in the kitchen too. You don't need music going. Nice, quiet, relaxing time. Some people cook real loud and fast and cut the scenes, and it's cool. It's hip. I'm more nearly 50, so I like to have that quiet between things. You know, like gives you time to think. Oh shit! I dropped more of it. Catches on the knife. When I'm talking, I can't concentrate. You know, I'm a bit tired actually. It's pretty late. It's sort of getting towards midnight, I think, or maybe even later, I don't know. I got the voice on. This is the voice when I was younger. When I was developing Unix years ago, turn of the century, I used to talk like this, sort of Kasparanian, or whatever it was, Kaspanian. I can't remember. Some nationality I was. Sort of like Andy Kaufman says Caspian. It wasn't Caspian, it was Kasparanian or something, Caspanian or something. It's sort of a funny sort of voice like Transylvanian or something. It was more to do with just the fact I studied computer science so long that I just spoke weird, you know? Like in bites. I'd talk a bit, then stop, and talk a bit, like I was engineering my own brain. It's quite a talent. I'm more creative now rather than logical like that. I don't talk like that anymore. That's why I find it hard to understand Unix and with my human brain, because it's more a superpower now, because I'm too wrapped up in other things. I have too much of a world view. Before I was very focused on just that, you know. You might think that's a lot of onion. Oh shit, I just thought about it. I could have put that in actual meatballs, couldn't I? Like programming for me is hard now because I can't focus on the one task. I think it was too much stuff. I cross-reference. I think of way too much stuff. And really, I'm not thinking of anything. It's more a superpower within gestating new creative ideas. It's not so much work. It's more ideas I have. I'm good at coming up with ideas, but I'm not good at implementing them with other people. I find it hard to find the people I need in my life to help me implement my ideas, so they tend to go nowhere, you know. That's a lot of onion, but I'll make a big pot. I want it to last a week, so I might make, you know, quite a bit. I'll cut the ends off the carrot. I don't worry about peeling carrots because the carrot looks old on the outside, but it's just as old on the inside. It all grows in the soil, so you're not really gaining much taking the skin off. It's all sort of carrot from the outside in. It just looks different. So I don't worry. And yeah, just cut up the carrot in little pieces. Oh, a bit tough actually cutting carrots with a knife that's not too sharp. Always watch your thumb resting it on the carrot because you're likely to cut the end off, you know. You don't want to cut your fingers. So I'm always careful. I don't do motorbikes, skateboarding where I'm going to get injuries because those injuries can last forever. You can end up a lunatic at the end, you know. I've healed up inside now. I don't want to damage my body again, you know. I have a bit of fun having a drink or a vape or whatever. I don't touch drugs, but I have a vape or a drink. But you got to watch yourself as you're getting older because your cells take longer to heal. You don't want injuries for years on end because it puts you in danger of doing stupid things, you know. Even stress can be bad. It's always good to stand up for your rights, and if something's stressing you out, try and resolve it somehow. You don't know, just keep trying, you know. Police don't help, find someone else. No one should stress you out at home, you know. Carrots, you just take your time, you know. You want to cut them the right size too, so they're all the same. Or much the same, you know. You don't want to be messing around having big lumps and stuff. Although at the end, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to puree the whole thing at the end with the mulli mix thing. I got a stick, one of those stick blenders, a Breville I think it is, or a Cambrook or something. Sun. What's it called? The sun one? Sunbeam. I want quite a bit of carrot because I've got all those onions. And look, they're pretty dormant sort of vegetables, carrots, onions and tomatoes, and so look, it doesn't matter really how much you use. You put a whole lot of broccoli in, it will go a bit yuck, but a bit more carrot, a bit more onion, a bit more tomato. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Depends if you want a bit sweeter, a bit sour, or a bit more tomatoey. A bit sour, you put a bit more onion, a bit sweeter, a bit more carrot. You can put things like beetroot in, you know, fresh beetroot, not out of the tin, but like a fresh beetroot, cut that up, parsnip, swede, any root vegetable, sweet potato. I wouldn't put too much potato in, but maybe a sweet potato. Those sort of pink ones. They're a lot like a carrot, almost like a carrot potato sort of thing. Put a bit of that in. Or one thing that is nice in the sweet is pumpkin. A bit of pumpkin in the sauce. It'll go a bit like pumpkin soup, but it's nice with meatballs. If you want a pumpkin-y soup meatballs, it's very different, but it's quite good. Yeah, that's probably enough. And I've got herbs, I've got fresh basil, a bit of dried herb with a bit of fresh herb's good. Because you're getting the fresh flavour and the dried flavour. It's good to mix up flavours. I wouldn't put any sauces or sugar or anything. Even salt and pepper, you don't need that if you've got basil's peppery. And often there's bits of sort of chili flavour or salt sort of feeling in these Italian herb mixes. There's stuff in there that's kind of salty and everything mixed together. I don't even know if I've got any. Have I got any? Got my stupid voice on still. And what's this one? Yeah, there we go. You can put chili in, chili flakes. Whoops, I'm walking the wrong way, see? I had too much of that vape. I've been watching movies just vaping for hours on end. Oh shit. I don't think it's too good to have too much. Like, whoa. Just a little bit, you know. So that's cooking down with the herbs in there. That's salty enough, I reckon. You could add a bit later on to taste it, but I don't bother too much. I'm using lamb mince. I'll get it out actually, it's frozen. I was keeping it a too many days, so I froze it. Oh, really? Yeah, I find lamb mince in bolognese is nicer than beef. It's kind of a bit more fatty and rich and sort of a nicer flavour. But if you don't like mince, you can just make any old balls, potato balls or cheese balls in it. Make like mozzarella cheese balls, and when you cook them, they go gooey in the sauce. It's quite nice. You don't need to add cheese at the end. But this mince is fine. I'm still eating meat still till it's no longer for sale. So, well, look, like I say on my website, we're supposed to cull animals when there's too many, the ones we eat. But if there's not enough animals, let them go, let their habitats grow back. Get animals going. You know, you just want a moderate amount of animals, not too many, not too few. You know, you need a bit of everything because they all eat each other. We all eat the ones we eat. And that's the food chain. People think you're being kind to animals, keeping them, but there's too many. They hurt each other. They don't care for their own environment. They suffer. Too many pigs in a pen will make a mess. But if you have 2 or 3, it's good. You know, if you only have 1, they're lonely. So a good mix, 5 or something's good. If you have 20, they're going to be just laying around the mud. But if you only have 5, they might get grasses and. You know what I mean? They're not responsible for the habitat when there's too many. They'll wreck it all. So it's good to say we live with the dinosaurs. If there's 50 million of those, only 100 of us, it'd be fucking chaos. You get eaten quick. But say there's only 1 million dinosaurs and 1 million of us, it's good, you know? But if there's 50 million, you're going to cut a few off. You eat some, you know, so there's not so many. That's just the balance of nature, you know? And they'll eat this other species. Animals are very good at it. We're greedy. We have too many because we have technology, and it's too easy for us to kill too many animals. You know, we don't want to eat too much. I don't have a lot. That little bit of mince will probably last me a week. That's not much. That's like a leg. So I don't feel bad about having a bit of meat, as long as it's killed humanely, and we're still striving towards a better future for animals. Well, they can feel safe, you know, for most of their life until they die. And often an animal will just get sick of living anyway and just die anyway, and you just pick it up, take it home. I haven't eaten all day. I had a pie, but I had too much vape and not enough food. I'm feeling lightheaded. Oh, too much, you lose the oxygen to in your lungs. As they say, people that smoke weed, they green out, you know. Too much in your body, not enough oxygen. I did it the other day. I breathed in real heavily a few times standing around the street. I had to lean on my car. I was dizzy and lightheaded. I'm not used to it. It's only my second one I've ever bought. And the girl I went to visit at the hospital didn't even know me. Rang me up because my number was on her phone. She said, "Can you come visit me?" Oh, alright. So organised. I went in there. She wanted a vape. I bought a vape for her. I said I wouldn't, but I did to surprise her. And I got there and they didn't want me to go in because I didn't really know her. But she was sort of a friend of someone who left the phone number. I was just going to visit, see if she was alright. But probably best. Probably for the best. That's good enough now to add the tomatoes. It's got passata. Instead of tomato paste, this is probably better. Tomato paste too rich. These just peeled tomatoes. It's good, they're only $1 or $2, isn't it? And what I do at the end, I just rinse the tins and put a bit of water in too. Probably about a tin full. And like Jamie Oliver used to say, leave the tomatoes whole in there till they cook through. It won't be so they'll be sweeter. But you can break them up. Doesn't matter because you don't always want your sauce too sweet. You know, if you had carrots. It's just so the seeds cook a bit before they come out in the sauce, but either or, doesn't matter too much. A little bit sour, a bit sweet. Can be nice. You can even add a little bit of vinegar to your sauce to make it a bit sweet, sour. If it's too sweet, a little bit of lemon or vinegar, or I suppose you can even put something like pineapple in it or something, couldn't you? I don't know. Pineapple on pizza. You can put anchovies in your sauce, olives. Chunks of salami, anything you put on a pizza, you could put in your sauce, even if you mince it up. Just flavour, isn't it? I just fill up a can a bit, whiz it around. Rinse it into the next one and then into the next one. You don't have to. People working will just chuck them out. It takes too long, but it only takes 20 seconds, you know. You just get the excess. There's a lot of flavour in there too, like almost like a soup. So that's your water. That's probably enough. Tin of water. Keep them out of the way because they're sharp. Or put them in your bin. And then straight in with the passata. And again, I didn't put quite a full tin of water because I've got to rinse this as well. So whiz it around. It's like tomato juice. You could even keep that in the fridge and drink it, tomato juice. Don't like it like that, add some orange juice, it's quite nice. And you can reuse these, like, I wouldn't put juice to take, like, as a drinking thing, but if you preserve pickled vegetables, you can use these taller ones instead of jars. Alright, that's that. I might just stop there, so there's a sauce. Looking nice. Very good. So I'll just leave that boil now. Probably for a few hours while I do my computing and stuff. Sorry, got my hand in the way. That can stay there for a few hours. I'll put it on, say about just past 3/4, so about 1, 2, 3, probably 4/5 on the dial. So that's about, just till it starts to simmer and boil a bit, then turn it down to about 2/3 or just past half, you know. It depends what your oven, your cooktop's like, but anyway, I'll do my meatballs. I'll come back later and show you.